Andrew Wilson absolutely destroyed this plus-sized feminist. She had no idea what she was talking about, and she got so frustrated with that she literally started crying and rage quit. She left the studio. She couldn't handle the heat anymore. You know, Andrew would say maybe, can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. And listen, normally I would say women should be in the kitchen, but this girl, this bitch, yeah, she should stay as far away from the kitchen and food as humanly possible. By the way, guys, as you can see, I'm back in my home studio, back from vacation, happy to be back, happy to get back to filming every single day for you guys. I will be posting daily. Watch, I made it my mission, okay? So get excited, subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, and we'll get right into it.
I think aren't constitutionally equal to men is actually going to be a higher threshold for you to prove than just rights. But so I'm
Okay,
even willing to go
yeah.
down to just speaking about rights. So what rights do men have that
well,
women?
maybe we could talk about like constitutionally then, because like I told you, I don't have the rights. I'm not more prepared, and I'm very sorry about that. Actually, I shouldn't be sorry. I'm just not more prepared.
But it's your claim.
Okay. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying is like I don't have that
But
information.
that's a really massive claim to make,
Okay.
that men have more rights.
I did not say that. I said women are not constitutionally equal to men. I
Okay.
believe that because the ERA is passed. You disagree with that point.
But I've tried to articulate that.
Well, I think that's
like,
fair. What
yeah,
about the
that's
ERA? What about the ERA will make women equal to men?
It passing.
Yeah, but what
She really thought she did something there. Yeah. Passing, I don't actually know what it would do. But yeah, just the title alone, it should pass because, yeah.
Can I ask you a question? Wait, can I ask you a question? If there was nothing in the bill and the title of the bill was purely Equal Rights Amendment and there's just nothing in the
And women
actual
are
bill,
equal to men in the Constitution, and that's all it said? Yeah, great, pass it. That's what I'm saying.
But you're still not saying what you feel like you're.
Why it didn't pass. Like, why
Because
is
it was political, and the name does not mean that is what is inside of it. That's what this person was trying to bring up in the super
Okay.
chat about the Violence Against Women Act actually not protecting women. It's just a name. If you're involved in politics, if you follow this for a long time, you know that they pass these bills and they put these bills up solely that so Democrats can look at you, if you're a Republican, and say, Republicans don't believe in equal rights for women. And then people
Okay.
believe it.
okay?
Wow, we have an actually somewhat educated female on the panel. That is rare. Very rare.
So don't believe it.
If the issue is societal too, what is like just passing a bill going to do? If it's like a societal norm issue,
I think
maybe.
I think it starts at those, like at those base levels.
Yeah, but how does that change your day-to-day life? And view?
Wait, I actually have a question on this. If the ERA was passed, what tangible changes would occur?
I think, isn't it true that like if the ERA passed, Roe versus Wade would have been protected more?
What
So
does that have to do with
So clearly this bitch has no idea what she's even talking about. Wow.
rights between men and women?
isn't that
Men-
right to bodily autonomy?
Yeah, men have no reproductive.
Wow, the right to bodily autonomy. Yeah, because, gosh, I hate this argument so much. Yeah, hey, dear liberals and people that are pro-abortion, when you have an abortion, you're not the one that dies. It's the baby inside, okay? So bodily autonomy makes no sense with this case, but go on, fat queen.
Rights, so you can't make this comparison. Men don't have a right to an abortion, or they don't have a right to prevent women from getting an
I
abortion.
don't know. My dad had to sign off on my mom getting her tubes tied.
This is a
That's a
feminist trope I
right.
hear about. I don't know if
It's
there's
not a
any
trope, it
validity.
actually
I don't know if there's
happened.
actually any validity to doctors requiring a spouse to consent to these things. Perhaps in years past, I have no idea if this is still.
It's
a common
crazy
practice.
too.
It
when
is
men,
more considerably harder to get your tubes tied than for a man to get a
Well,
vasectomy, though.
hold on.
No, my
That's
dad had
hold
to
on. That has
sign a
nothing-
paper.
Hold on. Wait, that has
Getting your tubes tied is like a very invasive surgery, bitch, okay? It's a lot different. Thank you.
nothing to do with the consent of the spouse. Getting your tubes tied is a far more invasive procedure than a vasectomy. Start there.
They
And by the
do
way-
they do often ask about spouse. They do often ask children, and they do play that.
I've
into a
heard stories
factor,
from
but-
men all over the country that when they went in to get a vasectomy, that the doctor demanded that they come in and do counseling first with their wife before they made the decision to have the vasectomy.
I don't think that's correct.
Well, right. So this is the thing.
What kind of argument is that? Well, I don't think that's correct. Okay, cool.
They do often ask about spouse. They do often ask children, and they do play that.
I've
into a
heard stories
factor,
from
but-
men all over the country that when they went in to get a vasectomy, that the doctor demanded that they come in and do counseling first with their wife before they made the decision to have the vasectomy.
I don't think that's correct.
Well, right. So this is the thing.
That's her argument. Well, I don't think that's correct. So I don't know where this accent's coming from, but yeah, just because you don't think it's correct doesn't make it not correct. Thank you. What kind of debating tactic is this? She's like, oh, I don't think eating a whole large pizza to myself would make me fat. That's what I think. So I'm going to keep doing it. Well, you look in the mirror. Objective reality seems to disagree. Oink, oink, bitch.
I don't think that it's correct to say that your dad had to sign off on the tube tying either.
I'm saying that it happened, but it shouldn't have. It should
Yeah,
not
I'm not
be a
sure
thing.
that it did happen. If we're just using
Okay,
infidelity,
well, if you're just
then we're
going to
just
call
gonna
me
use
a liar, then I
infidelity.
can just go around the table and call y'all liars all night.
Okay,
Well-
so
That's what you've been doing this entire time, Piggy. You've literally said, well, I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. So that's essentially calling him a liar. Wow. That and hypocritical. Amazing. Your parents must be so proud.
But that's why we don't use an argument from incredulity. If you say to me, I don't think.
What
that-
about an argument
I
from
don't-
experience?
I don't think that happens. If you say to me, I don't think that happens. then
What
I-
if it
stop,
actually
I'm
happened to
explaining.
me?
If it actually happens to you, that's different. But it didn't actually happen to you. It happened to someone else. But for you to say, I just simply don't think that that's true. If that you can assert that, then I just assert it about everything you say. Yeah, but I just don't think that that's true. Yeah, but I just don't think that that's true. Right? That's why you don't make assertions or claims unless you can either logically demonstrate them, empirically demonstrate them, or in some way demonstrate them.
Oh, Andrew was just taking this bitch to school. Love it.
So the evidence. Would you like me to like get the paperwork or
Okay,
something?
That would be evidence.
Okay.
I have to move it off of the
Right.
tube tying thing.
That's what I'm-
But back to
right.
this. So back to this. So if the ERA was passed, what would be the sort of tangible results when it came to the equality that women could expect to receive that they don't currently have, that you can't articulate?
I think that I said that Roe versus Wade would have been more protected.
That's not true.
Well, then I like I said,
This is why I asked
told
if
you
you
I
read
don't
the
know.
bill.
This bitch is getting even the other girls on the panel pissed. I mean, she just has no idea what she's talking about. She has no idea what she's arguing for. Come on.
Chrissy, do you know if in the ERA there's anything in there that has anything to do with abortion rights?
I think that
Yes.
she's referencing like making abortion legal at a federal level, but
Yes,
okay,
that's
but Roe
exactly,
versus Wade,
yeah.
that's not what
okay,
Roe versus
yes,
Wade is.
That's
This
what
is-
it is then. Yes,
Yeah.
abortion would be legal at a federal level. Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
So aside from abortion,
Ugh, that's what she wants. She just needs her on-demand abortions federally. Gosh, women need the right to kill their own babies. So what will women do if they can't use abortion as birth control? Gosh, maybe close your legs, hoes. Maybe don't have sex. Maybe just don't be whores. How hard is it? Literally, how hard is it to wait until marriage, or at least just don't get pregnant? There's so many ways not to get pregnant. Track your ovulation. You don't even need to go on the pill. Track it. Get some strips. Pee on them. You'll figure out when you're ovulating. Like, if you must be a whore, you can figure out how to do it without killing babies. Yeah, it's not hard. But to them, it's so much work. Because it's not about the work even. It's about... They look at abortion as such a fundamental right to being a woman for some reason because they've been tricked by the left and like mainstream media and the elites and the globalists. I mean, literally Satan himself. They have been fed this lie, and they will not be happy unless they can have as many abortions as they want anywhere, when they want them, whenever they want them. It's disgusting. Close your legs. Stop eating.
which it's not clear to me if that has really anything to do with a comparative analysis of rights between men and women. Can you give me anything else that would tangibly change if the ERA was passed for women?
Anything, bitch, anything.
No.
Okay. So then, is that a checkmate?
That's it, yeah. There's
Yeah.
nowhere to go with
All
it.
right, Navy Darkstar, thank you for the gift.
She might be the worst debater I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, gosh.
10 subs. Yeah, I'm still a little confused, I guess. But
This is called an AFF.
you know what?
It's my own coined fallacy. It's called an argument from feelings.
You know what? I can actually think of one
Isn't
way.
it a bleeding heart liberal?
Well, I mean, look, I've debated with a lot of liberals and a lot of progressives. And there's a lot of smart liberals. There's a lot of smart progressives who don't make arguments from their feelings.
Okay.
And they're brutal to have drag out debates with. They're super smart. They're really well informed. That is not what this was.
Okay.
That is not this, you know. There's a lot of people I disagree with that are stupid, but at least they can form together some coherent arguments. And this, no, this was like debating a toddler. I think my 10-month-old daughter would do better at making this girl's points than her. I'm not even kidding you.
I can actually think of one right that men have that women don't, although this is geographically specific because in some jurisdictions it actually is allowed. But men can go out into public shirtless, and in some areas women can't.
Okay.
Aside from that, and again, it's jurisdiction specific. In some municipalities and cities, women can go shirtless. Can't really think of really any right that men have that women don't.
Okay.
But no, that would even be a wrong example because that wouldn't be a right. That would just go to the federal government not saying whether or not people can walk around nude or not, leaving it up in the 10th Amendment to the states. And so the states allow their municipalities to govern themselves. Some municipalities say that women can do this, some don't. Still wouldn't have anything to do with the right.
Damn, I would never want to debate Andrew. He knows his shit.
Well, in some municipalities, women wouldn't have the right.
That's not a right, though. That's just that's ordinance, right?
Yeah.
So in this case, it's left up to the states, but there's no rights which are being actually violated.
But I mean, if it's pushed back to municipalities in the states, and overwhelmingly most municipalities and jurisdictions preclude women from going topless, wouldn't it, I mean, effectively in practice?
Nope, it would be like a stop sign law. It would be like, it would just be a law like this. It would be, you got to wear shoes, or no shirt, no service, or something
Sure.
like that. It would be an ordinance. That would not be a right.
Well, in any
So
case,
in other words, there's no right defined that men can walk around with their shirt off. There's no right
Nothing-
defined that
yeah.
women cannot walk around with their shirt off. There's local ordinances which prevent this. These aren't inalienable rights.
Right, it's not
There's
in
no
the
inalienable
Constitution.
right to walk around nude, right?
yeah. And in further, just, I mean, are you familiar?
And thank God for that, because imagine that piggy walking around naked. That is a public harm. That is horrific.
With the legal term de minimis?
Mm-hmm.
So it's such I would consider it a fairly minor, at least in the scale of what, when people typically have conversations about rights, this one would occur to me to be
Who
fairly
would care
minor.
anyway? You think that if they wanted to pass a constitutional amendment that women could walk around topless, that any fucking men would object? No.
Yeah,
Nobody's
for
going
real.
to object
Sign
to
me
it.
up.
They're not objecting
I'll
to
advocate for that shit.
And there's
Okay.
no women out there advocating for that. So it's like, even that would just be a really poor example, ultimately.
We have Brian Rookard. Women are already protected. The 14th Amendment already provides equal protection. Married women's property acts were passed in 1839, and then thereafter, Equal Pay Act passed in 1963. Fair Housing Act prevents discrimination in housing on basis of sex.
So this is like...
Thank
when
you, Brian. Good name.
When you're thinking about immutable characteristics, basically, the law at the constitutional level has been completely changed so that people with immutable characteristics are protected via those immutable characteristics. That would be sex, that's race, all of that. Right?
And gender now, because of Bostock.
Yeah, these are things that are unchanging. So, well, except maybe that one, but actually immutable, right? And you can't change them. The Constitution has compensated for all of those. So you're not allowed to, you can't say you can't vote because you're black, can't say you can't vote because you're white, can't say you can't vote because you're female, can't say you can't vote because you're male, can't tell you can't own a gun because you're black, can't tell you can't own a gun because you're white, can't tell you can't have freedom of speech because of these things. So all of these across the board is protected.
Yeah.
2 chats here coming in. We have Giovanni C. Based blonde blue shirt. Bonus points for not butchering your baby. God bless. All right. Thank you, Giovanni. Appreciate it.
Wait.
And then we do have SS Salwoff coming in. Thank you. Thank you, man, for the TTS, or no, not the TTS, the Streamlabs message. Howdy, long-time listener, first-time donator. Hey, thank you, man. Really appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Why do all the trouble guests sit in that spot? Question for the panel. If Christianity were true, would you become a Christian? Are you able to scoot into the table
Yeah.
just a little bit? Yes.
So, what's the question?
Let me say this really quick. I have obviously bitten off more than I can chew.
No, you're good.
No,
You don't say in more than one way, huh?
no.
Oh, you're doing great. Don't worry about it. You're a legend. You're a
Thank
legend.
you.
Come in.
Here's Brian like trying to like he's like already sensing the rage quit. He's like, no, stay. You're content gold. You're so retarded. You're content gold. Crap. I can't say that word. Ugh. And now I'm gonna have to edit this. Hold on. What time is it? 15, around 16 minutes. I gotta edit that out because I can't say it on YouTube. So stupid. Anyways, he knows that she is so stupid that he wants her to stay on because all the amazing viral clips he could get out of her. So he's trying to make her feel good, butter her up, boost her big ego, and try to get her to stay. But she doesn't, guys. She doesn't.
You came in guns blazing. You're doing great.
I tried. No, I really do appreciate the opportunity.
You hear her voice? It's like shaky. She's like, I tried. I really did. Like she's crying. She's trying to like prevent herself from having a full-on panic attack right now just because they're calling out her bullshit. They made her look stupid, and now she's embarrassed because she came out to the podcast, guns a-blazing, having all these hot takes, big, strong opinions without having anything to back them up. And now she can't handle it.
Opportunity to be here.
Wait, we got to get through at least all your notes.
No.
Hold on. Just stay we'll get through your
No,
notes.
I really-
will fast track.
Can you
I
at
will
least leave
fast
the
track.
booze?
Oh, yeah, I'm leaving the booze. That's for you guys. No, I really
I
appreciate
feel like
you
that's a
having me
reasonable
on.
contribution.
Yeah, I appreciate
Wait,
you
let me
having
at least
on.
fast track.
No, I
Hold
gotta go.
Oh my gosh.
You got to go
Can
because
can this be a respectful quit? Like, thank you for
A respectful rage quit, shall we?
everything.
Wait, you can't just
I'm not like
leave.
I'm not crying. I'm tired. That's
You're
why.
tired?
Oh yeah, I always cry when I'm tired. Always. Every night. Wah. What are you, a baby?
Yeah, I've been up since like 3 a.m.
Okay, but at least, look, you provided a lot of
No,
notes. Tell you what,
thanks for keeping me
I
here.
will,
That's why I'm getting emotional.
hold on,
Like,
I will fast
respectfully,
track.
This has been really great.
No,
I'm not
listen, but
crying.
at least hear the offer. You got to at least hear the offer.
Respectfully,
I will
thank you
fast
so
track.
much.
I will fast track your
It's not a
notes.
rage quit.
I will fast. You said it was a rage quit.
It's not.
I think it was a rage
Respectful.
quit.
Thank you so much.
I think it was a
for
rage
having
quit.
me
I
here.
think you can't defend your worldview. You can't defend your worldview. I think you're a coward, to be honest. I think it's cowardly for you to quit because you've been absolutely demolished by Andrew.
But leave the booze.
You did a great job, Andrew. Thank you.
Oh, she's kind of nice.
Have a nice day.
Thanks.
You're not going to defend all your other things
Message me
here.
when you become a conservative.
Snowflake. Imagine.
Yes, she left the booze.
Oh my gosh. She had to get out of there ASAP. Part of me, like the girl in me, is kind of feeling bad. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's obviously so uncomfortable and she's kind of being polite, saying that Andrew did a great job. But yeah, I mean, she got demolished. Andrew and Brian just ate her up, which is pretty gross. I don't know who wins in that situation. So many fat jokes. I can't help myself. What can I say? Hope you enjoyed today's video. Posting every day, starting today. Subscribe, like. See you guys next time. Bye.